Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to the latest match day preview on the channel. It's for Thursday night, 8 o'clock action in League 2 because of Sky Sports. It's Harrogate versus Doncaster Rovers. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest match day preview, Harrogate versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. It is greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel and you like this sort of content, please consider clicking subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming up on the channel. And if you are new, this is a format that we go through match previews, look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about, and I also choose the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else we should be talking about at that point, get them in the comments down below, because I do like to learn about every club that we play in League 2. And then we finish the video off with 3 predictions. So there's the predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, me and the family's predictions league table, there's an update on that, and then the all important score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. And as always, at this point, it seems like it's not good reading for Donny fans. Harrogate versus Doncaster, we've faced off a total of 4 times. Donny have won none. We've drawn 1 and lost 3 in our competitive fixtures against each other. And looking at those 4 fixtures, we go back not too far to the 2022-23 season, and we ended up playing quite late on in that season, both games. I think one was postponed and rearranged for later on in the season, but it was a 2-0 home defeat, and then we drew 2-2 in Harrogate later on, a month later. And then in the 2023-24 season, the opening day, a 1-0 defeat at home, and then a 3-1 defeat away from home. So yeah, not good reading for us Donny fans, and hopefully that pattern and that hoodoo gets lifted tomorrow night on Sky. We will see if we can turn that form around and finally get that elusive first competitive win against Harrogate. So yeah, coming into this one, Harrogate fans probably confident. Current form though will probably lean towards Doncaster over Harrogate, because looking at this, our last 5, Donny won 1, lost 1, then won 3 on the bounce coming into this one. Harrogate drawn 1 and lost 3 on the way into this fixture. It's been a tough start for Harrogate. It sees them at the wrong end of the table with 1 win and 1 draw from their opening 5 league fixtures. And although the most 2 recent games have been defeats, they have been well in the games. Only lost by 1-0 in both, against Barrow and Cheltenham. They've seen plenty of the ball throughout both of those games. They've had plenty of shots. They've just not been able to convert the chances that they've got. So yeah, Harrogate will be wanting to improve on that, and like I say, convert the chances that they have been creating. Like I say, they've seen plenty of the ball in the last 2 games. They did get battered by Preston in the second round of the Cup at home 5-0, so hopefully it's a scoreline like that and we can put them to the sword. But I think in the league games, the staying in games, the fighting, and they're being very typically Harrogate, and very organised and well drilled and hard to beat. But like I say, they're just struggling to convert those chances. So hopefully that continues tomorrow for us Donny fans. But like I say, they've been well in games, so although only won 1 and drawn 1, it could go either way tomorrow. For Donny though, we come into this one on top of the league. There's a lot of football to be played though. Nothing is won in September. Yeah, 41 games to go, loads and loads of football to be played. But we do have an opportunity to go 4 points clear at the top of the table on Thursday night. So that's before any other teams play at the weekend, so we can have a very enjoyable weekend if we win, knowing that we will still be top of the table come Saturday evening. But Harrogate won't be an easy place to go. As I've said already in the video, we have got the monkey to get off his backs without, where we've not beaten them competitively before. Hopefully this is the game where we do it, and we're in a good enough form, and I think we're in a good enough shape as a squad to get the 3 points tomorrow. 4 wins from 5 in the league for us. We've just come off of beating the previous league leaders, Gillingham 1-0, where we kept them at arm's length and performed really well throughout the game, from back to front. Defensively we were solid, midfield very workmanlike, and Billy Sharp doing what Billy Sharp does and being a fox in the box and getting the goal, which got us the 3 points. So yeah, like I say, we're looking fairly strong in terms of a squad. Hopefully that shows tomorrow night and we get the 3 points that we so desperately need against Harrogate. Moving on to player profile, I've gone with Luke Molyneux, who could be, well, he is a game changer, isn't he? He dictates how Rovers play, and a fantastic player. Right winger, 26-year-old, fantastic start for his season so far already. He's bagged 5 goals and 2 assists in the 8 games that he's played, and for me, he just seems a lot happier than what he previously was, like towards the back end of last season and going into this season. And I think that's showing in his play. He just looks so free on the pitch, and we're starting to see the Luke Molyneux that we all looked forward to seeing when he signed initially from Hartlepool. So yeah, it's really nice to see him kind of expressing himself and playing with freedom, and Grant McCann's getting the best out of him, which we thought he would. He gets the best out of wingers, and it's proving the same with Luke Molyneux at the moment. He's up for Player of the Month for August, so fingers crossed that he wins that accolade, because he truly deserves it. He's been fantastic last month. On to the one to watch for Harrogate. From one right winger to another, I've gone with Sam Follering. As I said at the start of the video, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else who should be part of this conversation, get him in the comments down below. But 23 years old right winger, career appearances 119, 22 goals, 11 assists, and a lot of that has been at Harrogate over the last 2 or 3 seasons. And he started this season fairly well with 3 goals. I think he got 9 or 10 last season. I may be wrong with that. Memory's going. But yeah, he started well, 5 games, and he's got 3 goals already this season. Fairly low centre of gravity, strong, quick, agile, decent right winger. So I think if we keep him quiet tomorrow night, we've got an opportunity of coming away with 3 points. There's not really anybody else that really jumped out that could be a threat. Obviously, if you focus too much on one player, there's always going to be gaps for another to exploit. So the full squad are going to have to be as good to a man as what they were against Gillingham. But I think Sam's probably one of those players that, with the ball at his feet, could create something for Harrogate tomorrow. On to the predicted team lineup. So this is thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, what are you doing? Go ahead, get it downloaded. Loads of features to get your teeth stuck into. I do the predicted team lineup, and this is what I'm going with for tomorrow night's fixture. Teddy Sharman-Lowe in goal, a back 4 of Sterry, McGrath, Oluwu and Senior, giving Tom Anderson a bit of a rest, but we've got over a week until his next game, so we will see if that happens, and also swapped Senior in for Fleming. Midfield 3 of Bailey, Westbrook and Sabara, dropping Clifton from Saturday, I think, maybe just Clifton, with Molyneux and Hurst on the wings, dropping Gibson for Hurst. I think Hurst really needs to show what he's got. He's had a couple of opportunities, and for me, he's not quite done enough when he's got those opportunities. So I think giving him a start maybe the key for getting something from Hursty in this one. And then I've swapped Sharpie out for Ironside just to try and keep Ironside fresh, and give Sharpie a bit of a rest as well. So it's a great headache to have, not being able to confidently predict a starting 11 for Doncaster Rovers, but that's what I'm going with. In the comments down below, let me know who you'd change out of that, who you'd put in place of, who you'd taken out as well. Onto the predictions league table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome of the game right but not the scoreline, it's 1 point. If we get completely wrong, it's no points. And Chris and Max, confident, back to the boys with wins, but no one got the scoreline right. Me and my dad went with draws, so Chris and Max have pulled away slightly. Max top on 6 points, Chris second on 4, me in third on 2, and my dad still yet to get off the mark. So yeah, work to do. And that takes us on to the score prediction for this one. And as I've said, we've not beaten them competitively. The form at the minute all points in one direction, and when it's like that, it normally kills an accumulator, doesn't it? And it's got 1-0 Harrogate written all over it. But I am confident. I'm sticking with the boys. I'm supporting the lads. I think we've got enough within the squad to get 3 points here, and it to be a fairly routine 3 points as well. I'm going Harrogate 0, Doncaster Rovers 3, which would be very, very nice, because then we can relax all weekend knowing that we are still top of the league and enjoy watching all the rest of the action over Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, 3-0 to the Rovers for me. That is my score prediction, and that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.